Hello, Susan Cornish here. Welcome to a market update. I have been doing a series on this channel called Preview in 22. And what I want to do now is revisit those homes that I previewed and give you an update. I want to offer where those homes sold, what they sold for, what that price represents, and just revisit the market and kind of the flow and the pace of how things are happening. So let's begin. The first home I want to visit was 4073 Ribbon Drive. That home was on the market for $1.5 million. It was on the market for 11 days and it sold for $2,065,000. You'll remember that that was the house with the really cool artwork in the garage. That sales price represents 138% of asking price. So that one was kind of spectacular. Okay, the next property that we visited was 1839 Sage Creek in San Jose. It was a home on a little bit of a smaller lot compared to the size of the house. And in the side was that beautiful running trail right along the creek, right outside the home. So that home was listed at $2,729,000 and it sold in 9 days on the market for $3,050,000. That represents a 112% offer as compared to the asking price. The next home that we visited was 15680 Winchester. You remember that house was a little bit smaller, super well done on the inside, on a beautiful lot, and had many mature palm trees. It was very kind of old Hollywood glamour. That home was listed for $2.298 and it sold in 9 days on the market for $2,555,000. That represents 111% of the asking price. The next house that we are going to review was 6562 McAbee. This listing is a little bit unusual and has a couple of notes that I want to review. This home was listed at $2,175,000 and it sold for $2,525,000, which is 116% of asking price. This home was on the market officially for 58 days. But there's a couple of things about this home. The agent, Kelly Solberg, it was very unusual the way this house was listed. This house was listed and sold, and then the owners were going to stay in it for quite a length of time. So it was sold a length of time before the owners were going to move out. And the reason for that is because they wanted to let their kids finish school in the home. So this was an unusual listing and it was an unusual arrangement that worked for these sellers, and clearly they had a number of buyers that were looking for a similar arrangement or willing to accept the terms of this similar arrangement. So I say that just to indicate that there are things that don't always go kind of according to the book when we're putting homes on the market. When the inventory is in such high demand, then we can do things that are kind of, off-piste, so to speak, to use skiing parlance. The next home we're going to look at is 114 Boyer Lane. You remember this one was a little bit newer construction, and it was just kind of gorgeous inside and out, like really interesting Mediterranean feel and really maximized family space, formal and informal. This listing was on the market for 6 days. It came to the market with a price of $2,795,000. It sold for $3,000,000 $250,000. It's sold in 6 days on the market, and that sell price represents 116% of asking. The next house that we're gonna visit was 1390 University. You'll remember this one was teeny tiny. It was a little jewel box. It was an old home, and it was 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 1 closet, but it was in the rose garden, and it was completely charming, and the kitchen was redone. This home was listed under $1 million. So it was listed at 998, and it sold for $1,210,000 in 7 days on the market. This represents 121% of asking price. So that's quite a triumph on that one. Okay. The next house that we visited was 1816 Naglee Avenue. That is in the heart of the Rose Garden. And this house was older home as well, and it featured that original tile work and the fireplace. It was just beautiful. It really they had captured a lot of the original detail in the renovations that have been done over the years. That home was listed just below 1.5, so it was listed at $1,495,000, and it sold in 7 days on the market for $1,850,000. That represents 124% of asking price. So that's quite a result. The next one was 126 University in Los Gatos. There's quite a few university streets in the South Bay. So this was 126 University in Los Gatos. This was that beautifully updated Victorian home with the super large storage and laundry area underneath. This was listed at $2,450,000, and it sold for $2,700,000. It was on the market for 7 days, and that represents 110% of asking price. Those are our updates. Thank you so much for viewing the channel and all the previews. And let me ask you, did you find this helpful or informative to review what these homes went for? If you did and you want to play along, please see a link below to my contest. I want you all to be armchair agents, and I want to see if you can predict the future and see if you can predict where the homes that I tour next are going to go. So look below for the link and join our contest, and then wait for my next update market video, and I will be so excited to have you all playing along with me. Thank you so much. My name is Susan Cornish, and I look forward to being your real estate resource of choice.